Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few centers I looked at on the wire this week. The first guy, Mark Williams of the Charlotte Hornets. So Mark Williams so far pretty solid for this Hornet team in his rookie season. On the year, 7.3 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, and 66% from the field. But the last couple of weeks for him, 10 points a game, 7 boards and assists, 1.3 steals, and 69% from the field. So right now, he's available in tons of fantasy leagues here. Is Williams in 85% of the last few games here for him. December 27th at the Warriors, 6 points, 2 boards, an assist, a steal, 2 blocks, 60% from the field. December 29th versus Thunder, 17 points, 13 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 100% from the field. And December 31st versus the Nets, 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 42% from the field. So right now, if you need good field goal percentage, some scoring and rebounding and shot blocking, Mark Williams is available right now in tons of leagues. Like I mentioned, he can help fantasy owners in those categories. Obviously, he's not going to light up the scoreboard or the game log and the stat sheet, but definitely a solid guy in 10 and 12 team leagues to add this week. The next guy is Daniel Gafford of the Washington Wizards. So Gafford, we've seen signs out of him over the last few seasons, but recently he's definitely getting things going. And right now, he's available in tons of fantasy leagues here as Gafford. In 75% of leagues on the season, 7.1 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.2 blocks, and 75% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks a game, and 82% from the field, which is unheard of, obviously, even for a big guy. So right now, he's pretty much getting a lot of putbacks. And a guy that works around the hoops at December 27th versus Philly, 8 points, 6 boards, a steal, a block, 100% from the field. December 28th versus Phoenix, 14 points, 8 rebounds and assists, 3 blocks, 85% from the field. December 30th at the Magic, 11 points, 8 boards, 4 blocks, 71% from the field. And January 1st at the Milwaukee Bucks in that one, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, and 72% from the field. So Gafford's playing great basketball. This Wizard team, like I mentioned, they've been playing good basketball as well over the last 5 games, winning 5 in a row. And Gafford stepping up, and Rui Hachimura, especially over the last few games. So right now, if you need blocks, some scoring and rebound, Gafford's out there, like I mentioned, still in tons of fantasy leagues, in 75% of leagues. The next guy's Naz Reid in the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Naz Reid over the last few seasons, he's been a great fill-in, obviously, as Reid for Karl Anthony Towns and this Minnesota Timberwolves team. So right now he's available. He's Reid in 50% of fantasy leagues here, and he's definitely a guy that can help fantasy owners in rebounding and scoring the basket on the season. 10.6 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, a 3 a game, a block a game, at 54% from the field. So he gives you 4 or 5 categories right now, is Naz Reid. So the last few games here for him, December 26th at Miami, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, a 3, 53% from the field. December 28th at the Pelicans, 13 points, 6 boards, and assists, 2 blocks, 2 threes, 62% from the field. December 30th at the Bucks, 16 points, 7 boards, and assists, a block, a steal in that one, and 2 threes, and 38% from the field. And December 31st versus the Pistons, 6 points, 9 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 50% from the field. So right now, like I said, he's giving fantasy owners 4 or 5 categories. Can hit the 3 ball, could block a shot a game, and he could almost average about 10, 12 points a game with 6, 7 rebounds a game. So right now, as long as Towns is out, Naz Reid's going to have great fantasy value, and he's available in 50% of fantasy leagues. The next center I looked at on the wire this week's Marcus Morris of Los Angeles Clippers. So right here, Marcus Morris, another decent season once again for this Clipper team. 13.4 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 2.1 threes a game, and 44% from the field. But right now, he's been a glue guy over the last few seasons, and he's been one of the longer time Clippers as well on this team. So the last few games here for Morris, December 26th at the Pistons, 16 points, 6 boards, and assists, 3 threes, 50% from the field. December 27th at the Raptors, 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 2 threes, 42% from the field. December 29th at the Celtics, 12 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, a steal, block, 2 threes, 38%. And then December 31st at the Pacers, 15 points, 3 boards, and assists, 3 blocks, 3 threes, and 45% from the field. So right now, if you need some scoring, 3-point shooting, and rebounding and even blocking shots here. Marcus Morris right now, he's doing a little bit of everything. And like I said, he's a guy that's getting playing time, about 30 minutes a game for this Los Angeles Clipper team. And definitely a center to go out and get this week in the fifth and final center I looked at is Andre Drummond of the Chicago Bulls. So Drummond, he got off to a slow start early in the season, but the last few games here, he's been picking it up a little. Available in 78% of fantasy leagues. So on the season, 6.2 points a game, 7.1 rebounds, 57% from the field for Drummond. So right now, the block shots are definitely down. The scoring is definitely down in the rebounding. But he's definitely a guy that's been trying to turn things around over the last few weeks here. Even though I know he's coming off a dud game in December 31st. But anyway, the last few games for Drummond, December 26th versus Houston, 8 points, 9 boards, 2 assists to steal, 60% from the field. December 28th versus the Bucks, 7 points, 12 boards, and assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 66% from the field. December 30th versus Detroit, 12 points, 7 boards, 2 steals, 71% from the field. And December 31st versus the Cavs, 2 points, a rebound, and a block, 100% from the field. So right now, if you need some rebounding, a little bit scoring, and a good field goal percentage, Drummond could do that for fantasy owners. And right now, available in 78% of fantasy leagues. That's a few centers I look to add on the waiver wire for Week 12 of the fantasy basketball season.